Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got two replays for you on the Chinese Tier 10 Premium Tank Destroyer, the 114 SP2. So this tank actually got some buffs back in May of this year, and I've just popped up the buffs that you can see on the screen here. I think most notable the buffs that was probably worth sort of mentioning here is the aim time has been reduced from 2.3 seconds down to 2 seconds, and the reload time has been reduced from 14.6 seconds to 13.9, and you've also got a reduction in the shot dispersion penalty during rotation, so that's from 0.12 down to 0.1. So yeah, it's some nice buffs for the tank, to be fair. And what I've got coming up, I'll have two replays. One which is pre-buff, the game was back in April, I think, and then the game post-buff, which I had quite recently, a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so here we are for the first replay, which is before the buff. And just first, the equipment we're running on this tank is Camo Net, Gun Rammer and Advanced Gun Lane Drive. We are running on the perks Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Snapshot, Silent Driving, Camouflage Expertise and Trap Mechanic. So a mixture of camo and, well, mainly camo perks, but obviously the trap mechanic in there because we don't want to sort of get caught out if we get tracked, whether out in the open or sort of on a ridgeline. Because I mean, you have got 7 degrees of gun depression, which it's okay. I guess it's in the average ballpark figure of gun depression. You can play ridgelines, just not as effectively as if you had any more gun depression. On the equipment, I mean, you could sort of drop the Camo Net for optics. I don't think there's any right or wrong way of doing that. I've gone for camouflage just because I sort of want to make this a little bit more, make the concealment a little bit better, so I can play that traditional tank destroyer role if I want to. The tank itself, I mean, it's a bizarre tank destroyer, to be fair, because it looks like you could play it like an E4, it looks like it has armour. In actual fact, it doesn't really have any armour at all. The turret can be easily penned by a multitude of tanks, to be honest, and the hull is quite squishy. So, it doesn't really offer much in terms of armour. So I guess in some ways I kind of do play this a little bit as like a traditional tank destroyer, but equally like a second support heavy tank. It's probably the best way to explain how I sort of play this tank. But you can see I'm sort of getting quite involved. Coming to a position where you would usually find your heavy tank brawlers and stuff like that, and I've decided I was gonna sort of come up and support this tier 8. You can see this STI has just completely overpeaked there and has absolutely paid the price for it. We've just that tier 8 tank there, I'm not actually sure what it is. I think it's the Type 68 maybe, or Type 63. That tier 8 played a brilliant bait there by getting that STI to sort of come around. We could poke a shot in, and then obviously a tank destroyer at the back managed to get a shot in as well, and then he gets taken out. So played the nice bait there. We do get a shot by the T100. We snapped a shot in there, but it bounced. T100 does have that weird trolley armor that sort of the some angles that make it bounce quite effectively. But we do get a nice shot into the mini waffle there. We set him on fire. We've also tracked him in place, I think, so he is getting shot and he's getting tracked, and he does eventually get taken out. We are lit and targeted here. We've taken a few hits. I mean, like I say, you can bounce the odd shot. The armor's not completely soft. That it's not like a leopard where you're going to get sort of penned constantly. But and it is quite angular, so yeah, you do get the odd bounce, but like I say, I wouldn't rely on this armour at all. But yeah, we came to sort of this mid position in airfield because we had a lot of support here. You know, if there wasn't much support, I probably wouldn't have bothered, and I probably would have sort of played a more passive role, as we sort of get a lovely shot in there, taking out the T100, which was it's always a nice result to get the light tank out. So yeah, it's sort of, you know, pre-buff, you know what, I didn't think this tank was too bad. I just thought it was quite okay, middle of the road. I don't think there was, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, the most special part of it was the gun. You know, the gun was actually quite accurate for a tank destroyer, and you know, particularly for a Chinese tank as well, because Chinese tanks are notorious for being very inaccurate and just very trolly when it comes to sort of gun statistics. So yeah, you know, in pre-buff I didn't think this tank was too bad. So yeah, we've had a nice game. You know, so far we picked up sort of 3.7k. We got 2 kills. You know, we picked up a little bit of assistance. I think the majority of it was spotting assist, but you know, we have got a bit of tracking in there as well. We managed to bounce over 1k damage as well again, which was quite nice, and you know, unsuspected, I guess. You know, quite surprised at that. And yeah, and it looks as though sort of the team, you know, we've only got 2 tanks left. It's been sort of a fairly strong game. We do take a hit, unfortunately, from that T57 heavy, and we've kind of got a bit caught out here, but we've been quite lucky. He's literally put only 1 shot into us, and the other 2 shots managed to absorb in the track. So it may well have been firing heat, I'm not sure. But there's only 1 tank left, and it's this remaining medium tank, and our light tank is going in, and he's gonna, you know, basically this is a nice move because he's gonna distract the medium tank hopefully, and then we can just go and get shots in. It's only an STB1, so you know, again, the STB1 doesn't really have any armour, so we're just going to be able to poke shots in here all day long. I like to say the gun is just quite nice. You know, the reload didn't feel that long. The accuracy was actually really quite nice. So yeah, we've not struggled too much. Let's say it's got, you know, APCR on its standard. I think it's got AP rounds, if I remember rightly, on its yes, AP on its standard shells. So yeah, it's yeah, that was a sort of a nice game, I guess, to sort of show it off on the pre-buff. So we picked up 6.3k damage there with 2 kills, picking up 977 assists and just under 2k blocked, which is nice. Picking up the high caliber medal and the first class medal as well. So yeah, that was the pre-buff video, and we're going to move on to the next replay now, where we look at the post-buff video. So yeah, we are on Pilsen here, so a map, I mean, yeah, works for this tank, I guess. You know, let's say we can make it work to some degree. This is team destruction, so there's, you know, we don't have to worry about being capped out or anything like that. There is artillery in the game, so we do have to be careful of that. We don't want to get sort of in a position where we're going to get absolutely hammered by artillery. So yeah, we'll see the tank now when, you know, with the buffs, you know, where the buffs are now initiated. So you know, we can see how it affects the reload, the aim time. And like I say, if I'm being completely honest, I haven't really seen much difference, to be fair. I mean, the buffs are welcome, obviously. The buffs are welcome on most tanks, if I'm honest, unless they make it completely broken. But yeah, for this, I haven't really seen much difference, if I'm honest. It still feels sort of quite the same. And yeah, to be fair, it's a weird TD. I've enjoyed playing it. We get really unlucky there, and we actually get hit by artillery, which I think was meaning it shot for the backtrack that's next to me, and so that's 600-700 hit points gone in a flash. Thank you very much. But we do get a nice shot into the Murat there, who took up a bit of a sort of vulnerable position there. We pick up our first kill of the game, get 622 damage on the board already, so not too bad. Kind of takes the sting a little bit out of getting hit by artillery blind. Now we're sort of, I'm thinking, do you know what, I'm sort of going to try and go to the left here and just see if I can get in a position where I can play the ridges and use the gun depression a little bit. And also there's a lot of tanks over here, so I have this feeling that a lot of tanks are going to be distracted by other things, so we might actually be able to pop up here and poke some shots into some unsuspecting tanks. We see an enemy tank there out in the open, the 114, which we put a shot into, but unfortunately we get hit what I'm assuming is the grill that's camped on the ridge. So we're now down to 500 hit points. 2 shots and we're down to 500 hit points. That's not really a great position to be in right at the start of the game. But, you know, at this point I'm just, well, I'm nothing to lose. I'm on 1 shot now pretty much. I'm just going to do everything I can to just sort of try and get some damage in where possible. Have got to be careful. But so far I'm sort of hanging the tank out to dry basically. If I get lit, then chances are I'm going to get killed, particularly on Pilsen. You know, Pilsen is it's a funny old map, it really is, and most of the time, if I'm honest, the other spawn I actually prefer, because I feel like the other spawn get a lot better positions. They're almost on, they've got the high ground, so you know, as a tank destroyer you can sort of sit there and you know, you've got sort of good vantage point, you've got sort of multiple angles that you can shoot at, whereas on this position I kind of feel it's a bit, not that many options. But like I say, that is my opinion, and you know, other players obviously they find positions that work. So yeah, but we decided, you know what, we're going to take some gambles here because we've got nothing to lose really. At the end of the day, I kind of feel like, you know, this game for me is already sort of a loss in, not for the team, but a loss in my eyes, because of, you know, I've not got hit points to sacrifice anymore, so I've kind of just written this game off, if I'm honest, which you shouldn't really do. Yeah, you should sort of try and carry on until the end, as best and as smart as you can. But I've sort of got to this position because I thought, Joe, what I can actually, here I can get sort of multiple angles. Yes, I'm going to be lit up, but if I just try and play cautious, then you know, cautious and patience, then something will sort of present itself. Was thinking I could possibly get the kill shot on the back shot there, but he gets taken out by our T114 bat. And at the moment, it's, you know, again, it's just waiting for the right opportunity. Going to poke here, get a nice shot into the grill there that shot us earlier, putting us onto a 1 shot, and we set him on fire, which is great. Kind of gives us, you know, it's a nice bit of revenge, isn't it, really, let's be honest. I'm just sort of keeping an eye on him just to see if he actually pokes up and we might be able to get the kill shot on him. And I've sort of thought, right, okay, this area seems clear. I can try and get under the ridge now. And the advantage of doing that is I might be able to get shots on this IS-7, but equally I can sort of play the spotting role as well. We just sort of stopped to turn our attention. We unfortunately snapped the shot there. And we bounced off that STB1. I thought that shot would just automatically paying because the STB1 has no armour, but we've obviously hit sort of an angle somewhere, this upper plate probably, where it would bounce. But we get a shot on the grill there, you know, sort of completing the revenge, sorry, for shooting us earlier. And we're going to get a shot in artillery now, because, you know, that guy deserves a bit of revenge as well for just completely blind firing us first game. So we've picked up 3 kills, retribution has been swift, and now we're going to sort of pay our attention to the last tank, the IS-7, which is still fairly healthy, so I might actually be able to get some more shots in of damage. He's been sort of distracted by our own friendly heavy tank. And yeah, I'd sort of want to get over there and get some shots in as soon as possible. I'd try a shot on the move. That was hit or miss, whether it was going to pen or not. You know, the IS-7 does have some trolley armour. So yeah, I wasn't... That was just a 50-50 chance, and it didn't pay off. Now Tank Destroyer goes in and gets taken up by the IS-7. We did manage to put a shot in. I'm trying to see if we could potentially squeeze a shot in there. We do, but we only put him on 7 hit points. He just tracks us, and I'm thinking, oh, I might be able to get a kill here. Might be able to get the 4th kill. Trying to aim. And Sod's Law, it didn't hit. But artillery does end up taking him out with a splash there. Bit unfortunate. If I'd let the gun sort of maybe aim in a little bit more, I probably could have got that. But, you know, RNG says no, it is one of those things. But we go on to win the game anyway, and we come top of the board. We got 3 kills, picking up just over 5.8k damage, only 163 assists. Picking up the high caliber and the first class medal again. And overall was, you know, half decent game, so wasn't too bad. But yeah, like I say, the buffs didn't really make any difference for me. Like I say, they're welcome, but for me, it still feels the same. It still feels an okay tank. It's, you know, neither here or there. It just sits in the middle for me. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. You know, most of you probably got this tank. Do you enjoy it? Do you not? Do you think the buffs make a difference? Let me know. Now, as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Always does help the channel. And as always, I'll see you next time.